Coming up on this episode of Day Tripping from Havre de Grace, Maryland, Stephanie discovers why Havre de Grace is the decoy capital of the world and learns the art behind homemade chocolate. Brian finds action and adventure in the water and in the air and takes a plane trip he'll never forget. Join us as we indulge in the fine things Havre de Grace has to offer, all coming up on Day Tripping. Most people think about the great antique shopping when they plan a trip to Havre de Grace, but we're here to show you a different side to this great small town.
We've arrived in Havre de Grace, Maryland.
Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, the ride wasn't bad at all.
No, it was really quick.
And it was a good choice of music. Thank you, co-pilot.
Yeah, well, I gotta have my music.
You didn't have to sing the whole time,
I
though.
can't believe
Oh my gosh.
the view. I didn't even know this was here.
Chesapeake Bay.
Hey.
Here we are. Welcome. Let's have some
So,
fun.
well, your idea of fun, what are you gonna be doing?
Well, I can't just shop all day. But this is a small town, but we have a lot of water.
Right.
So I'm going to see what we can do on the water. We passed a marina on the way in, so maybe I'll stop by there.
Well, that too. And there is a lot of history here, so we're gonna check some of that out. And the shopping. There's a lot of shopping, and I'm gonna get into that. So.
We'll give you most of the history. How
Yeah.
about that? You tell me what the town's all about,
Okay.
and I'll try and scare myself.
Okay. So, I'll have to pull you out of the water.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps.
With
But
all-
we have our time schedule because we only have today before we got to get back.
Okay.
So,
So,
meet back here at lunch?
lunchtime. That's going to give me enough time to, go to a cafe and get a pick-me-up and do my shopping and maybe stop at a museum or two.
All right. Right here at the promenade.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, have a great time.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Look at this!
Havre de Grace is on the northernmost tip of the Chesapeake Bay, right where the Susquehanna River meets the Chesapeake. I started my adventure shoving off on a kayaking trip around one of the most peaceful areas of the Chesapeake, a few square miles named the Susquehanna Flats. You've bought a good quality personal flotation device, you've borrowed or rented a boat. What's next? We'll start paddling. Okay, maybe not that fast. My trip had only just begun, but I was starting to feel that this journey was going to be a workout as well. Left, right, left, right. This is the Concord Point Lighthouse. This is the oldest continuously operating lighthouse in the United States. Havre de Grace has a long important history in the colonial and post-revolutionary periods of the United States, filled with museums, pedestrian walkways, restaurants, recently renovated waterfront. There are breathtaking views for everyone, especially on the water. I realized very quickly why it's called the Flats. You get a pretty good idea when you leave from Havre de Grace, Maryland. The water depth is no more than 2 to 3 feet for a few square miles. I'm reassured that even if I were to fall out of my boat, my feet would be able to touch the bottom of the flats. The flats don't get any deeper until the eastern shore, where you find a bay channel depth of 10 to 20 feet. This is a well-kept secret in this area because it's overshadowed by the fishing in the north on the Susquehanna River and the Potomac River fishing to the south. We toured around the coast of Havre de Grace, passing the new marina and some new condos being developed right on the water.
We've been kayaking on the Susquehanna River. I'm here with Bruce. He is a local. He's actually one of the town chefs with an up-and-coming restaurant, but we'll worry about that later. We're going to actually taste some of his great creations a little bit later today. But I said I was out to find some adventure. He has taken me on a tour. Here's some of our great vessels, which I have not fallen in the water yet.
Yeah.
We'll
give you some time.
But what brings you out here? Why did you get your first kayak? Or why did you even come to Havre de Grace?
Actually, I came to Havre de Grace for the kayaking first before I moved here.
Really?
Yeah, we used to come up there. We had a rental place in town that we all come up and rent them, and then we rent them so much we figured we started buying them.
Excellent.
Now I have too many boats to know what to do with.
Excellent, excellent. And we did go out. We were out for about a half hour. I have my safety device so that I did not drown. And they're easy to acquire or even rent if you have the inkling. And I think we're going to go head back out. You want to go out for a little
while? Yeah, I think we'll go hit the flats for a little while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for taking me on the tour.
Oh, no problem.
Let's go have some fun.
All right.
All right.
At this point, I felt like an expert. I had spent almost an hour on the river and was ready to keep going all day. It was a successful tour on the Susquehanna Flats. As I shoved off again for some more fun, I couldn't help but wonder what I could find next.
Havre de Grace Decoy Museum, and also a decoy carver himself.
Yes.
Pat, tell me how Havre de Grace became the decoy capital of the world and the tradition of sport here with decoys.
I guess Havre de Grace is referred to as the decoy capital of the world because in one small area there have been many decoy carvers over the years. Because of the abundance of waterfowl here early on, the decoys were necessary tool to attract the ducks, and because of that, many people here locally worked on the water and made decoys.
Okay, but we had a shortage, back in the 60s here in this area?
We had several storms that came in, knocked out the natural grasses, and because of that, the waterfowl changed their flight patterns and kind of left the area.
So we lost a lot of our duck population. We had local decoy carvers here that were making them by the thousands, or it just started out and gradually became a sport after that once we got our duck population back? And
I think early on, the decoys were probably made by the thousands here, and then it kind of tapered off, and then got a resurgence when the decoys were looked at as not only a tool but a natural folk art.
Natural folk art.
Yeah.
Now we do have two very old, the best I heard, decoys here that were actually given as a wedding present to a couple that lived here. Is that correct?
That's correct. The family lived in Aberdeen, the Michael family, and when Mrs. Michael passed away, she left a pair of holly canvasbacks to the Decoy Museum, as well as two hand-chopped Madison Mitchell full-size swan and a punt gun.
Wow.
These two canvasbacks are considered to be some of the finest ever made in the country.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And so they serve as kind of the model, not just for sport, but it's their folk art and really beautiful pieces of...
They'll serve as a centerpiece of this museum's collection. Yes.
Wonderful. So, so can I use them as an example to get my hands with the tools and start carving a decoy? You think?
Sure.
Let's go.
Okay.
Figure out how to do that. Let's go, Pat.
Good.
Okay. I may not be our Madison Mitchell, the grandfather of decoy carving in Havre de Grace, Maryland, but I'm here with Pat, and I'm going to give it a whirl. Here we go, Pat.
Okay.
All right. So I got, this is going to be a red-headed decoy.
It's a redhead,
right?
yes.
It's a redhead. I want to hold it in the palm of my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to go against the grain at this point,
Yes, to the back of the head, correct.
to the back of the head.
Mhm. There you
Okay.
go.
How's that?
That's very good.
Not bad for an amateur.
Nope, you're doing real good.
Watch my thumb. You'll watch my thumb.
I'm watching your thumb, yes.
Now, when I get really good, how many tries will it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? I'm kidding.
Ah. You want to come in the throat and do a little in the throat now?
Yeah, I do. So I just want to smooth it out
Right,
on the
and
throat.
just push the knife away from you.
Okay, and hold at the base.
Yes.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah, that's it, just like that.
Wow, this isn't as hard as I thought.
Very easy. You can be a decoy maker any day.
Well, he may not be the smoothest red-headed decoy in the world, but he will be an original.
There you go.
All right. Wait a minute.
There
Okay.
you go. You got it.
Hey, there you go. This is neat. So I just carved my first decoy and Havre de Grace.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I want to put the knife down, though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks.
All right, hon.
No blood has been shed.
Good.
I gave it a whirl. It was fun. I need to put that on, like make a bookend.
Stephanie and I met up at lunch at Laura Pin's on the north side of town, where we shared our stories of the morning activities and planned what our afternoon would hold. Co-owned by Chef Bruce Clark and Chef Patrick Pierce, together, these two make a formidable team whose experience and passion produce some of the best food in town.
That's fabulous.
Save room for some of the salad.
Absolutely. In fact, I think they're coming right now.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Hey!
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Here's our entrees, our lamb shank,
What?
lobster crab cakes.
Oh, wow.
This
Thank
is
you.
gorgeous. I don't know if I want to eat it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I know, that is pretty gorgeous.
Wow.
Wow. Have you ever had that before?
Lamb? Yes. Lamb that looks like a Christmas tree now. But I do like getting out of the sun. It's been a great day so far, so I'm definitely going to enjoy this.
Yeah, you did a lot. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I'm not done yet. There's still more to do and Havre de Grace, and this is going to be the fuel to spend the rest of my day.
Your credit card's not smoking yet?
No, not yet. No.
How was everything, guys?
It's great. I don't even know how to eat it though.
Do you have any questions, or?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, join us, please. Tell us a little about it.
Okay.
This is all mine.
So those are Amish green beans. What do you think?
Patrick, oh my gosh, what did you make these green beans?
It's a
What
green
did you
bean.
do? What did you do to the green bean?
It's really just a green bean that we get from the Amish market right up the street. It's just a real fresh green bean. It's simple olive oil, butter, garlic, salt, and pepper.
That's it?
That's it.
No special, really decadent recipe?
No special anything. Just
I
maybe
love
the
green
green
beans.
beans are a little special.
Delicious.
Appreciate it.
This does not look as simple as a green bean, Patrick. What is in this sauce?
It's basically just roasted tomatoes in demi-glace with rosemary infused into it. And, the reason the meat's falling off the bone because we slow cook it for
Look at that.
about 4 hours in that sauce.
That's
Right,
incredible.
tear it up.
I will.
Well, look, I hope you guys enjoy your meal. If there's anything else we can do, let me know.
All right. Thanks,
It was a pleasure
Patrick.
meeting you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
I'm
coming
going
out.
to see you for dessert, man.
Okay. Well, I definitely recommend the banana. So,
The
You
banana.
got it.
all right.
Have a
take
great
care,
night.
guys.
Back to the green beans.
Simple pleasure.
I'm here with Jean Bomboy from Bomboy's Homemade Candies, and I have to tell you, the smell in here is everywhere. So I want to find out a little bit more about this family-owned shop and taste some of the inventory here. So Jean, tell me about how you got started and where you are now.
Well, my husband and I started our business across the street at 322 Market Street in 1978. We opened our store in May. Our son was born in June. He grew up behind the counter, and 4 years later we had our daughter. It's been a family business. The children have grown up through the business and work with us today.
Now, it started as an ice cream shop.
No.
Did you start with ice cream?
No, we started with manufacturing chocolates
Okay.
in 1978.
And you expanded into?
We expanded into ice cream in 2001.
Okay.
When our son came into the business full time. We did that with using our old building so as to help allow our employment level to balance out.
Sure.
So our holidays with the candy are Christmas, Valentine, and Easter.
Yeah, your big holidays.
And things slow down, have a tendency to slow down in the summertime. And so as to keep our employment, our high school students that would work with us through the holidays employed, we decided to manufacture ice cream and offer a different product with the ice cream than what you could find in other places.
Sure.
And hope to level out our employment. As it turned out, we ended up having to hire 9 more people. So
I was gonna say,
it's worked out well. It really has.
Let's look at some of the inventory you have, and I know I went down and saw how it's all made. You've got 2 lines. You got your dark chocolate and your milk chocolate.
Right, and we do that. And we have 2 smaller machines. You saw the sugar-free running while you're there.
Yeah.
We also do white chocolate as well, smaller amounts than our milk or dark.
Okay.
But we do everything from your chocolate-covered nuts to chocolate-covered creams to mint patties to creamy peanut butter, nuts with caramel. And we offer those in all different varieties, from almonds and caramel to cashews and caramels to pecans and caramel.
And your husband was saying that the nuts that you use are they oil roasted?
They are.
Okay.
They are. That adds so much more flavor.
Flavor. That's something I want to taste.
Well, you're welcome to try whatever you'd like.
Okay. Great.
We do that the same with our employees. We like them to experience it and appreciate the fact that they enjoy chocolates. That helps.
Yeah. Now, I noticed what you were making is potato chips, and you were covering them with milk chocolate.
That's right.
Is that a specialty or something you
That's
just
just
started?
something we started this summer, and it's been received well.
Okay.
We continually try new things, and we're open to suggestions when customers come in. Oh, you do this. It's like, well, if it's something we think would be valid, we'll certainly give it a try.
So not only do you have a variety of chocolates, but you've got like seasonal items that people love. And I'm looking here, looks like a chocolate pizza.
Yep. Yeah, they've decorated some to make it look like it has pepperoni on there or mushrooms. The other drizzled with cheese is white chocolate.
So I bet that's a favorite with the kids that come in.
Actually, the adults seem to go for it.
Really?
Yeah. It's their way they can, they're having lunch and dessert at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for having us.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
And,
anytime.
And best of luck to you with the rest of
Thank you.
your business.
Thank you.
The Bomb Boys didn't stop at chocolate. Across the street, this family-owned business has their very own homemade ice cream shop. Now, the ice cream is made fresh daily, but what makes this unique is 2 things. First, the chocolate that they make is also used in their ice cream. And although the names of the flavors are unusual, people familiar with Havre de Grace know exactly what they mean.
Things happened a little unexpectedly when I was out for my adventures in Havre de Grace. We're here at the Havre de Grace seaplane base, and I wanted to take you on a little trip, and things got a little wild. So I just wanted to prepare you for this next segment. It was unexpected, but it's something we felt we wanted to share with you all.
The Havre de Grace seaplane base is the only base on almost 12,000 miles of the Chesapeake Bay. This is the home of the 1946 Taylorcraft seaplane. Stepping into a vintage seaplane to see the breathtaking views of Havre de Grace is my next stop on this week's day trip. Buckle up. Let's find out why they call it an antique and why this classic air machine serves a unique form of in-flight entertainment.
I knew I'd find something adventuresome. I did. We're going up in the plane, and we might be on the Chesapeake Bay, on the Susquehanna Flats. This may be an old town that's great for history, but I found some action, and I'm here with my pilot, Cal, And actually, Cal, what is your full name?
Walker, Cal Walker.
Cal Walker. He's going to be teaching me how to fly today. And what do we need to do here? I see it looks like a boat. It looks like a plane.
Well, we're going to first, I'll check the fuel, make sure there's no water in it, because it doesn't run well on water. And then we will use the winch to winch it off the dock backwards. Then we'll turn it around and bring it back up on the dock tail first. Then we'll get in, adjust all our goodies, and this doesn't have an official starter. It's an antique airplane. So I'll walk out on the right-hand float, hold on to this side, and start the engine by pulling the propeller.
Okay, wait. So we don't push a button, we don't turn a key.
No electricity, only the magnetos of the engine.
Okay, and you're the one that's going to be out on the float,
We'll be sitting,
starting it up.
We'll be sitting inside, properly.
So it's not Cal Walker, it's Indiana Jones. That's right.
Well, whatever.
All right, well, let's see what we have to do. We started getting the lines off already.
All right, let's take it over and do the push-off arrangement here.
Setting the plane up for push-off? Manually pulling the propeller? Our pilot was serious about this plane being antique. Other than the plane being tied up on a dock, this was no boat. With our own strength and with non-ideal conditions on the water, our pilot and I pushed the plane off the dock and into the water and worked to spin it around for proper takeoff. If the plane was pointed too far to the port side, that's the left side of the plane, it would run into the dock on takeoff. If too far starboard, which is to the right, we would ground the plane. Not much room for error. But with 45 years of flight experience next to me, I wasn't concerned. Falling in the water while getting the plane prepped was my only fear. His 3 instructions to me included hold that line, lift the tail up, and get in the cockpit. Easy for him to say. Cal isn't the passenger realizing we're about to go airborne in a plane not much larger than a can of tuna.
Contact.
Contact. 1. One more. Come on. 2. There we go. We have an airplane. Now I have all these electronics, all kinds of toys. I'm going to put myself in. I'm locked in by an aluminum latch into an antique seaplane.
This beautiful aircraft has logged thousands of hours in the air, and it's all original, meaning this plane has only taken off and landed on the water. It doesn't even know what landing gear is. Here we go! Watch out for that boat! And that boat! A water takeoff is very unique because the runway is, well, wherever you want it to be. It was on our bumpy takeoff that the real adventure was about to begin. Our pilot is a retired physics professor and shared with me a great deal of knowledge of the northern Chesapeake Bay area, and as well as how to fly. He was a great tour guide. It was a little choppy at first, but after takeoff, the ride is very smooth, and once you're out over the water, seeing our day trip destination from the air is well worth the ride. Hello, Havre. What an amazing look at this small town. Did I mention this plane has no electronics, no avionics, no transponder, just an engine, gas, a propeller, and some wings. Classic old-time flying. A beautiful view and only room for 2. The pilot walked me through the steps to prepare the plane for a water landing, including bringing the engine to an idle, pulling up the rudder, and pitching the nose high. Landing a plane is the most dangerous part of flying, and landing on water is even more dangerous. Correctly eyeing the distance between the plane and the water is critical in a seaplane landing. As long as an experienced pilot completes the steps relatively well, it's relatively easy to land, and as a passenger, I'm relatively safe. Today, we had the opportunity to learn what happens when everything doesn't go as planned. watch carefully. When we took off only 30 minutes ago, the waves were a bit choppy, so much so that the left float strut had broken at its connecting point to the fuselage of the plane. This meant that landing successfully without crashing would be a small miracle.
All right, we've not really crashed because we landed successfully, but we did tear a float. Minor float tear on landing.
Luck was in our favor today. The broken strut had enough strength to shoulder the initial weight of the plane on contact with the water, but then it failed. After 3 seconds of extreme forces acting on the strut, it failed completely. The dynamics of a plane landing on water are complicated. At speeds greater than 55 miles per hour, water acts as a solid object, like cement. There's a saying among pilots, any landing you can walk away from is a successful one. In our case, we swam away.
All right, that was a little bit more excitement than I had anticipated, but as you can see, I'm still here. No injuries whatsoever. Well, actually, I'm going to take you down here to where the plane was. This was the parking lot for the beautiful plane we took up, and it is in the shop right now. And I just wanted to throw a few things out there. Flying is absolutely one of the most safest ways to travel, and even private aviation is incredibly safe. We had a great time shooting this segment. No one was hurt, but we did have a little bit of a skip to the beat. So as far as next week, as soon as next week, the plane will be up in the water, taking flights, and everyone will be having fun again. So thanks for coming with us. Let's have some more fun.
Our day in Havre de Grace went by with lightning speed. Stephanie and I met up for a sunset cruise on the Skipjack Martha Lewis to finish up our day trip in this great little town on the northern Chesapeake Bay. We shared and swapped stories with each other and with our new friends on the boat. The stoic captain of the Martha Lewis shared his stories of adventure with us too, and I think he had a crush on Stephanie, or maybe vice versa. This is a working vessel, and the beautiful waters of the Susquehanna Flats are where it calls home. As a working vessel, we had to work too. Where is the relaxation? All hands on deck, time to bring up the sail, everybody ready. Everyone had their hand in making this beautiful vessel sail into the sunset. As the sails went up, this ship becomes a classroom on the sea. Built in 1955 by Bronza Parks in Wingate, Maryland, Martha Lewis is over 50 feet long and 16 feet wide. The Martha Lewis provides an alluring classroom for estuarine studies and environmental exploration, as well as learning how to sail. She was restored during the winter of 1994 under the direction of shipbuilder and master shipwright Alan C. Rawle, in alliance with the City of Havre de Grace and Havre de Grace Maritime Museum. Havre de Grace, meaning Harbor of Mercy, was given its name when General Lafayette, a French army officer who played a large role in the American Revolution, saw the river and exclaimed, "C'est le Havre." He was so impressed with the town's resemblance to Havre de Grace, France, that the town immediately accepted its new name.
Hey there.
Hello again.
We had a great time in Havre de Grace, Maryland.
Yes, we did. You did the shopping
The shopping?
and the food
Oh, the food. I love the food.
and the adventure, but we only gave you a small taste of what's here in Havre de Grace. So please, come back. We definitely will.
Oh, for sure. And it's not that far away from home. It's centrally located.
That's right. So whether you're coming from Philadelphia, DC, it's all right close by. So we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.